What if I told you the biggest wealth opportunity of the next decade isn't starting a business? It's actually buying one. And I don't think most entrepreneurs see it coming. In fact, I think most of the people are looking in a completely the wrong direction. They're chasing the next app. They're looking at the next crypto investment to see how they can make money quick. The next trend, the next shiny object. Meanwhile, something much bigger is happening right under our noses. And I think it's going to create more millionaires over the next 10 years than most people even realize. A few weeks ago, I was sitting in my office looking at a deal. Nothing unusual. I've looked at hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of deals over my career, but something hit me. I kind of started connecting the dots, and most dots that I connected, the more I realized what I was watching. And what I was watching was three massive forces colliding all at the same time. Right now we're sitting with the baby boomers, which are sitting on retiring, and the baby boomers have created these amazing businesses in their eyes. And at the same time, we've got AI over here kind of exploding. And guess what? Capital's changing across the board, how they're evaluating things and how they're going about it. And when these three things collide, I believe that opportunity is going to be created, massive opportunity. Um, Let me tell you why. This is more personal. I learned this lesson the hard way. You know, Growing up, I had a family business, both in construction and in the restaurant business. And I watched us in the restaurant business build this really amazing business. But it's kind of painful to admit. Everybody was working hard. They cared about the business. We were sacrificing. We did all the things every entrepreneur does every day: long nights, early morning, stress, risk, pressure, all of that. But when you peel back everything, there's one problem. The business really depended on us. It depended on the owners. The owners were the systems. We were the processes. We were the customer relations persons. We made every decision as the owner. And when that happens, you kind of just build a job, not really an asset. And that realization changed my life forever. It's one of the reasons I went into banking and one of the reasons I became obsessed with valuation. And it's one of the reasons I'm talking about this today, because I don't want entrepreneurs to discover this at 65 years old when they're ready to retire. Um, think about what's happening right now. Every day, thousands of Americans reach retirement age, thousands. Okay. And some of them might have an incredible business. It might be a machine shop, manufacturer, construction companies. There's service businesses and trade businesses. I've seen distribution companies, people that are in professional practices. I've managed finance for a lot of doctor practices. Restaurants is one of my specialties. I've got some really great real estate companies that I work with too. But these companies have been operating for 20, 30, 40 years. And many of those owners are asking the same question: what happens when I'm done? And here's the problem. A huge percentage of them don't have a plan. And many of those businesses will never successfully transition, not because they have a bad business, because they're not ready. Okay. And now here's where it gets really, really interesting, because while everybody is talking about AI replacing jobs, I think they're missing the real story at the end of the day. The real story isn't AI replacing jobs. The real story is AI is helping entrepreneurs buy business, evaluate business, improve businesses, scale businesses, and build wealth faster than ever before. And that's the story nobody's really talking about. Think about this. 20 years ago, if you wanted to buy a business, you needed a team of people. You had to pay a lot of money to the evaluation. A lot of times you didn't even know what they were looking for. You needed an accountant so they could go through and reconcile the books. You needed a consultant depending on what the specifics were in that business. And then you'd have to analyze that. And the analytics really depended on what you were pulling for data and where you got that data, which is really hard to do. And you had to get research, lawyers, bankers. But today, you still need professionals, don't get me wrong, but you have something else. You have leverage. You have AI. AI is full of data, and it can pull that information so much faster than we could in the past. You can update your financial statements, tax returns, P&Ls. I'm working on a business right now that I'm evaluating, and it's a mess. I went to the owner and I said, can you please provide me your P&Ls and your balance sheets and your tax returns? And they're like, we don't have them. We kind of work off of Excel, and we have this report over here and this report over here, and we have cash in this place. And so now with today's technology, you can pull whatever you have and get through the weeds of what's really going on behind the scenes to come up with a real valuation of the business. Before, it would take you months and tons of money to try to recreate actual numbers that are all over the place in today's businesses. Most businesses don't even have operational manuals, but within minutes, AI can start identifying risk, opportunities, weakness, trends. They can look for customer concentration, operational issues, and value drivers. That's extraordinary. Think about that. That's in seconds, sometimes minutes at the most. And most entrepreneurs have no idea how powerful that is. And here's what I think is happening next. The entrepreneur who wins the next decade won't necessarily be the smartest person in the room. They won't necessarily be the one that works harder, and they won't necessarily have the most money, but they'll think differently. They'll think like operators, they'll think like investors, and they'll think like lenders. And they'll think like buyers, because buyers see things owners miss. Owners see effort, buyers see value. Owners see revenue, buyers see transferability. Owners see hard work, and buyers see systems. For example, owners see today, but buyers are looking for the future. Now, I want to challenge you. What if the greatest opportunity of the next decade isn't building a company from scratch? What if it's acquiring one? What if somebody spent 30 years building something valuable and doesn't have a successor? What if they need a buyer? What if AI gives you the ability to evaluate opportunity faster than ever before? And what if capital becomes available through SBA lending, which they're loosening that up and changing that? Private credit is moving faster than ever, and creative structures is becoming more and more apparent with using crypto as down payments for residential homes. And what if the opportunity isn't creating something new? What if it's recognizing value where others don't? So open chat, open Claude, or go into Soren that we've built our own model and ask this questions. And this is just a question that you can use with your own company or one you're evaluating. And I'll put this in there, but just this prompt might help you a little bit open your eyes. I want you to act like a private equity investor. This is the prompt. Evaluate a business acquisition. What are the most important factors that determine whether the business is scalable, financeable, transferable, or valuable? Then ask the second question. What industries are likely to experience the greatest ownership transfer over the next decade? And what opportunities might that create for entrepreneurs? Don't ask AI how to make money. Ask it where the opportunities are forming. Those are very different questions, because what we're really about in this series is not just about AI, or not about lending, or not about valuation, and not even about business. It's about seeing opportunity before everybody else sees them. It's about preparing before opportunity arrives. And it's about understanding how capital, technology, and business ownership and wealth creation connect together all under one roof with the same strategy. And right now, I believe we're watching one of the biggest opportunities of our lifetime develop in real time. With all the people that are selling their business or coming to the end, there's a bigger opportunity to take these evaluations like I did with that business, which they wanted, I think, $550,000 for the business after evaluation. It's probably not worth that, but the opportunity might be worth that with some of the things that we think we can do with their structure. So it really helps when you have a mess of financials to be able to evaluate what you're going to do and where you're going to go. So I encourage you, if you go into Soren, I really encourage you to take the Capital Readiness Challenge. If you're even evaluating another business, schedule a call with me. The link's in here. You can schedule a 15-20-minute call to talk about where you're going, what you're doing, and how I might be able to help. And over the next few episodes, we're going to continue to explore AI, capital, business, and ownership, wealth creation, and where it's headed. Because, I think the future don't belong to the people who react. It belongs to the people who prepare. And if you own a business right now and you're wanting to sell, I think it's a great opportunity to jump into Soren or even get on the phone with me, and we can start to evaluate how to prepare your business to be transferable and start to create some ways that you can actually exit and build wealth for your family and for generations to come. This is the heartbeat of money. Again, I want to thank you so much for listening to us and supporting us. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.